What do you struggle with when you're publishing low-content books on Amazon KDP? In this video, I'm hoping to answer some of your questions to help you. Hello home bosses, my name is Nuria Corby from thehomeboss.com. Welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you to make money online. And in today's video, I wanted to answer some of the questions that you put to me in the comments for my last video. And I'm hoping that I can encourage you and help you a little bit on your journey. And I'm sure that we all have the same kind of struggles and the same kind of questions. So I thought I'd run through them. And I also wanted to thank you all for your wonderful comments that you left under my last video. If you remember, I started the Q4 challenge for low content books, and thank you very much everybody for entering the Q4 challenge. If you haven't entered yet, I will leave a link to the video after this video, and if you want to take a look, you can win 3 of my courses. You can win the Kids Book Creator, the Mockup Creator, and the Printables mini course. And I will choose 3 winners on the 30th of September. That's when the challenge ends, and I'll announce them on the 2nd of October in my usual Monday video. So if you want to enter the challenge, there is still time. Remember that to enter the challenge, you have to comment on the video that announces the challenge. I know I had a lot of people commenting on my video last week, and that is not the correct way to enter. Please enter your comments on the launch video, because that's where the software is going to collect all the entries and choose a winner, or choose 3 winners. So please make sure that you enter under the correct video, which is the launch of the Q4 challenge. And I will leave a link to that video after this video, and I'll also leave a link underneath this video so you can choose the correct video to enter with. And I wish you all lots of luck. I can't wait to see who's going to win, and I can't wait to hear what kind of books you're going to create. I know you've already messaged me with different ideas, and they're all really good. I'm so excited to see that you're all taking this really seriously and producing books for Q4. I'm also making some books for Q4, and I have decided to make planners. So I will talk to you a little bit more about that. But today I want to answer some of your questions that you put to me in my last video. So let's go through them. So the first question comes from Aruna, and Aruna says, "Wonderful as always, Nuria, very encouraging and looking forward to this journey with you. I use Canva for my covers and created own interiors for 4 different low content books, all in different categories. But I have not had any sales. I do fill in the 7 keywords, maybe too broadly, but not wanting to give up. I'm constantly coming up with interior ideas. I have a couple of children's stories that I would like to publish, but just nervous to start, though I have published a non-fiction last year. So it's very much a lifestyle already, though not earning at the moment. So it would be really helpful to work together this quarter. And thank you. It was really watching your videos that has helped me to learn, create and upload." I love this comment. I love all of your comments, but this comment really sums up what a lot of you are going through. You have started publishing and the sales are not coming in, and that can be so discouraging, especially when you think that you're doing everything right. And Aruna says, "I do feel the 7 keywords maybe too broadly." Have a look at your keywords, try and make them as relevant as possible for your book. So don't put in anything that is not related to your book. For example, if it's a planner, don't write in notebook or don't write in journal, because that's not what the book is, or the other way around. I've seen a lot of people use planner, journal, notebook, all those kind of keywords under the same book. And that's not really correct. And I have to admit that I used to do that when I first started. I used to put all sorts of keywords in the 7 keyword slots, and that is not how you're going to get sales. Your keywords have to be very relevant to your book. If they are not relevant, then I would leave them out. And sometimes that means that you're not filling in all of your 7 keyword slots. Sometimes that means that you're only having a few keywords in there, but it's better to have just a few than to have too many that are irrelevant. So yes, have a look. If you're not having sales yet, it could be different things. It could be, first of all, your cover. It could be the title and subtitle. It could be your keywords, and it could be your description. There is not much else that you can change in the book. You can't change your title and subtitle once your book is published. So make sure that your title and subtitle is spot on when you do publish. And I will make a video just on that subject alone, because I think that is so important. Your main keywords will come from your title and your subtitle. That's where Amazon puts the most weight for your book. So that has to be on point. So I would say to Aruna, try making your keywords more specific to your books and just continue publishing. You know, it does take time sometimes to find your feet, but you seem to be doing all the right things, and you seem to be understanding how the process works. So all you can do is really just keep changing things if you're not seeing any sales. And don't worry, it happens to a lot of people. We just have to keep publishing, and the more we publish, the more we learn and the better we get. So I really wish you all the best, and I hope that you do see those sales very soon. So Saivita Wilson says, thank you for being so helpful. Currently it's being impatient with my learning curve with all things graphic design. I also get overwhelmed with the logistics of keywords, ads, and finding tools for research. I do have 7 books up and 3 more in the process, and 1 children's book to illustrate. So I want to say that watching your videos have been extraordinarily helpful. I remind myself that you are a few years in, and it takes time to have the sales and the inventory. So true. I started this in 2019, and it was a really slow process, and it was hard. So when anybody watches my videos, they see me talking about KDP and they watch my income reports, and they think that this is very easy and that everybody can do it. And it really does take time. I've got a few years now under my belt, and that makes all the difference, because the longer you do this, the better you will get, and the closer you will be to getting those sales. And it is a learning curve. It is frustrating sometimes, and you're right, you're saying that your learning curve is with all things graphic design. So yes, that is something that you just can't avoid. You have to spend that time learning about it. I have a background in graphic design, but when I did graphic design, this was so many years ago when I was much younger, and we didn't even have computers in those days, so everything was done manually, and we didn't have Canva or anything like that. So to me now, to work with tools like Canva is really wonderful, because it's so much easier than having to draw everything manually, which is how we used to do it. And we used to use Letraset for fonts. I think that anybody who is doing graphic design and starting now doesn't really appreciate what we've got with all these new graphic design tools. They are absolutely wonderful. And as you know, I love Canva because I find that is probably the easiest one that you can learn without having too much experience. So as long as you learn the basics of graphic design, like font pairing, color combinations, all of those kind of things will really help you with creating your covers and your interiors as well. And it's a learning curve. Unfortunately, we can't speed up that process. And I do hope that you continue learning and that you keep making your books and try and make each book better than your last one. And that way you should get there in the end. Just enjoy the process as well. That's so important. Show Me the Script says, I'm in, dying to take your courses. First of all, I hope you have commented in the video that's actually announcing the challenge, because like I said, the software that I will use to pick the winners will scan that video, the video that announces the challenge, and that's where it will pick the winners from. So please go back to the launch video and enter there. And Show Me the Script also says, as for what challenges I face, I find it so overwhelming with so many different programs out there that do exact same things. I just started, so I don't know which ones I like best yet, since I don't know all their functions. I just follow directions from amazing YouTubers like you. Thank you. Crossing my fingers you pick me for the challenge. Well, like I said, I won't be picking anybody. It will be done by a software that will pick 3 random winners. So I really keep my fingers crossed for you. And all I would say is that yes, it is overwhelming, and there are many programs that do exactly the same things, and everybody will have their own favorites. I think the most important thing is to stick with whatever program you find the easiest to use. In my case, the things that I can't do without, that I use all the time, are tangent templates, and I use that mainly to work out all my sizes, some of the interiors I use, but really it's all the other functions in tangent templates that I use. And the tool that I use to design is Canva. I just cannot get used to any other tools. I have got Affinity, but I just don't know what to do with it, so I'm sticking with Canva. And I also use Creative Fabrica. So those are the 3 things that I use all the time. And for research, I use Publisher Rocket. I also use the Self-Publishing Titans extension, which is free. And those are the tools that I use because I find them user-friendly. I find them easy to use. Everybody will have different favorites. So just pick the tool that you find the easiest to use and just stick with that. Don't worry about any other tools that are coming out. It's the shiny object syndrome in all of us that we try to find the ideal one, but really the ideal tool is the one that you know how to use easily, and that's all that matters really. I know that BookBold have just brought out a new book designer, and I'm going to try that out, and hopefully I will make a video about that to see how I like it, because at the moment, like I said, I use Canva and I don't really use it that much, but I do want to have a look at it and see if it might be helpful for beginners, because I've heard some really good things about it. So that's another tool that I will make a video about. But like I said, I mean, whatever tool you feel comfortable with, that is the best tool for you. Kelly Stewart says, thank you for this. I'm brand new to KDP, but just jumped in and uploaded my first 3 notebooks and an original kids workbook. Going to start on a children's book next. Well done, Kelly. That sounds really good. And I really wish you all the best with your books, and I hope you get lots of sales. Emanuela says, thank you, Nuria, for always keeping me motivated. I've published quite a few books, but I haven't made any sales, but I'm not giving up. That is the right attitude, Emanuela. Don't give up. It does take time. If it's something that you enjoy doing, then, you know, I'm sure that people who enjoy this will succeed eventually. It's just a learning curve. If you're not enjoying it and you're just doing it to create an income, I find then it's a lot more difficult, because you're making different kinds of decisions then. You are approaching it from a different standpoint. So if you feel you enjoy this, I have no doubts in my mind that you can make this work for you. And it sounds to me like Emanuela is enjoying it, because she says, I'm not giving up. And that is so important. Don't give up, Emanuela. I nearly gave up so many times, and I'm so glad now that I didn't. Pullover39 says, hi Nuria, thank you for the calendar. I downloaded it and really appreciate the effort you put into it. It will be my companion this coming year. Please tell your audience to look for the calendar in their junk or spam box, as that's where it landed in mine. And I thank you so much for saying that, because sometimes I don't know whether people have received it or not. So the calendar that Pullover, is it Pullover or Pool Lover? I'm not sure. But the calendar that they're talking about is the marketing calendar that I spoke about in my last video. This marketing calendar can be downloaded for free on my website, and I will leave another link under this video. So the marketing calendar is really helpful when it comes to looking for niche ideas. And I talked about it in my last video, so if you want to take a look at it and see how you can use the calendar to help you find book ideas and also to market your books, to promote your books. And there are some tips and instructions in the calendar which you can download on my website. And as I said, I will leave a link below this video as well. So Kimberly says, thank you for your videos. I love the marketing ideas around national days. I have a few children's books written, but now to illustrate, I wonder if you recommend a simple animal character creator app where I can have my main character unique in different poses to use with stock backgrounds and images. This is a really good question, Kimberly, because that is one of the challenges when we're making children's books with ready-made images from Canva or from Creative Fabrica or Creative Market, that kind of thing. It's almost impossible to find characters that are in different poses or with different expressions. You can make your own on Procreate if you are able to do that, and there are some brushes for sale that you can use to do that. And you can of course outsource your illustrations to an illustrator, and that is of course the best way to do it, but it can be costly. And the whole point of my children's book creator course was to show people how they can make their book by using ready-made images, so that you can make it completely independently without relying on anybody else, and do it in your own time, and just to show people that it is possible to create a children's book like that. And sometimes you can use the same character without really changing much of the poses. Think of Peppa Pig. If you look at Peppa Pig and how popular those books are, and you look at the little characters, they hardly have different poses or different expressions. In fact, I think she looks a little bit like a hairdryer or like a whistle. And you could criticize that book infinitely, but it's still a popular book and children love it. And sometimes children don't think like us. Children have a very vivid imagination, and they don't need the characters in a book to be as visual as we sometimes as adults want them to be. In fact, I've seen lots of children's books where the characters are basically stickmen. You know, they're very, very simple, but it's how you tell your story, it's how they support your storytelling that matters. So I'm looking into different AI character creators or AI software that can produce something like that, but at the moment I haven't found anything that would help with it. But I will keep you all posted if I find anything, and in the meantime we just have to do what we can with what we have, unless we want to employ an illustrator, and that is one of the options open to you as well. So Rosaline says, I enjoyed all your videos. I get a lot of motivation from them. My problem as a beginner is that I spend a lot of time trying to get the right categories to choose for my low content books. Rosaline, the right categories for your low content books is actually easier than you think, because we are choosing BISAC categories. BISAC categories are the industry standard categories. The buyers see different categories. The buyers see the browse categories, and Amazon picks the browse categories, and they base that on the kind of keywords that we use and on the two BISAC categories that we choose for our books. So for low content books, a lot of people sometimes say, well, I can't find the category for notebooks, or I can't find the category for planners. And that is because there isn't a category for that. You have to choose the category depending on the niche that you have chosen. So if, for example, you have made a notebook for girls that like cats, you can choose the category for pets or for cats, something that is close to the niche that you are putting your book in. So there are no categories for notebooks, planners, that kind of thing, but you have to look at your niche. So if your book is targeted at women, you have to find a category that is related to that topic, to women's topics. So that is the only way around it, and I will make a video about how to choose the right categories as well, with examples. I think that would probably be the best thing. And Shathi says, hi Nuria, my problems are keyword research and filling the keyword boxes. Do I need to put commas or just stuff the keywords and descriptions and choosing categories? Great video, by the way. Thank you so much, Shathis. And yes, that is something that a lot of people are asking for. And I will make an updated video on how to fill in the keyword boxes and also the categories and how to fill in those keywords. Never ever stuff keywords, never do keyword stuffing. Always choose very relevant keywords, and you don't need to put any commas in that. But like I said, I will make a video. Cozy says, hello Nuria, another wonderful content. I accept the challenge and started creating my first low content book, but I feel it's not good enough and won't survive in the marketplace where there are many and better competitors, but I still will put in more effort. Thanks so much. You are the best. Thank you so much, Cozy. And that is exactly the right attitude. Your books are never going to be as good as the competition when you're first starting, because you are just starting and you're still learning, and that's absolutely fine. And the more books you create, the better you will get. It's not easy to create your first book because we are our worst critics and we always feel that we can do better than that. But what I would say, because some people have said to me, shall I unpublish my book and just make it better? Don't unpublish your books, because you never know. Sometimes you get sales for the books that you don't expect to get sales from, unless there is a mistake in your book. But just keep making better books and see what happens. Don't give up. Keep putting in your effort. And the fact that you say you feel it's not good enough shows me that you are trying to improve each book that you make, and that is the right thing you do. So I wish you all the best of luck. Katya says, thank you for this video. My problem is simply the content. I would love to do planners and diaries and journals, but I don't know what to put inside of them. And Katya also mentions, what do I think about colors in planners? And if you make a planner, it would be nice to make it pretty and colorful inside, but it's more expensive to print in color. So really good questions, Katya. And I think what I will do is I will make a video on how to make a planner, and hopefully that will help everybody who is looking for ideas on how to make a planner, what to put inside of a planner, how to niche a planner as well. So I think that is one of the videos that I should do to help everyone. And your point about making planners in color is also very valid. It's okay to make low content books in color. It's just that they cost more to print and you will have to price them differently as well. But it's absolutely possible to make them in color as well. And that will be an upcoming video that I will be making. Ayat says, thank you Nuria for everything. I'm in and I'm creating 2 Halloween coloring books for Q4. So that's really good, Ayad. And remember everybody to accept the challenge under the correct video. And May Espinol says, your videos are all encouraging. My difficulty is learning the different tools and organizing the different files. I understand you totally, May, because I have the same problem. Organizing different files can be a nightmare when you have so many files to organize. But that, I think, is another good topic for another video. So just know that I have the same problem. So hopefully I can help you once I figure out how to organize myself a little bit. Mrs. T says, I'm so in. I've already started on my Q4 planning. My biggest problem is keywords. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Yes, that is again the same topic we had earlier, so I will make a video about keywords. And there are so many of your questions, and I really wish I could read all of your questions here, but this video is already so long. Maybe I'll make another one like this. Let me know if you like this kind of video. Is this of help to you? And if you want me to make any other types of videos, that's fine too. Let me know. That's what I'm here for. I'm trying to help as many of you as I can. So let me know what you need, and I'm very happy to create new videos on the subjects that you need help with. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Take care everyone. See you soon.